Hello and welcome to episode 13 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. Following the success of last season where we managed to get promoted in top spot and into the National League, we'll start off the episode with a quick run through the end of season review, see who the best signings were, top scorers, all that sort of malarkey before we get into assessing the squad and working our way through a transfer window to hopefully keep us in the league for another season to come. So we go with new arrivals. We signed Rob Harker. He was late in the window actually. He's got the star man, and what can you say? 48 goals in 53 appearances, 7.72 average, absolutely outstanding. Stan Mills again, 42 appearances, 7.2 average, 9 goals, 12 assists. Corey Brennan again, another one, and all these came in as high potential players. But again, 44 appearances. Brandon Cover, 48 appearances. Bajcetic from Liverpool, 50 appearances at centre half. And right towards the end of the season, we got Ondo in on a free transfer. He only played one game, one sub appearance, but again, he's another one for the future. In terms of transfers out, not a lot really. We just let a couple players go who weren't really contributing to the team, but were on a bit of a wage. So Mahan went. Mackay, he wanted to go. We had no choice really. I would have kept him if I could have, but he wanted to go, so away he went. Curran didn't quite fit into the first team plans, and again, Posher neither. He was 26 years old. He was never going to get in the first team, so we just let him go. Results-wise then, the league, obviously we finished top spot, 1 point clear of Darlington, who had a phenomenal season. And we were pretty consistent throughout, really. We had a loss near the start to Gateshead, who were one of the fancied favourites. Gloucester, who were up there. I think the surprise result was probably losing at Leamington. But yeah, I mean, that run there is probably what saw us through. One of the key ones was the victory against Darlington towards the end of the season, which gave us a chance. They slipped up a couple of times as well to help us out. But yeah, I think we were fancied to finish about 7th, 8th. But yeah, to finish where we did, fantastic. And I think it's down to the potential of the players that we brought in. Had a great transfer window. FA Cup then. Burton Albion knocked us out. We did quite well first round, so we got through all the preliminaries, but went out to Burton. It's not much of a surprise really, but there you go. FA Trophy, again, we did all right to get as far as we got to the 5th round, but Oldham Athletic, a bigger team than us, it's no surprise they really knocked us out, but we were more focused on the league at that point anyway. Moments to remember then, 7-3 away win at Brackley. That was a fantastic match. I think that was one of the ones that was in an episode. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that game. Again, a couple of high-scoring games. 4-0 at Guiseley, Bowden Cover, Harker, Patterson, and then a much-needed hat-trick from Harker in a game against Leamington. So again, we beat them 4-0 and then they turned us over at their ground, which was a bit of a surprise. Finance-wise and reputation, we've not really changed too much. Revenue all seems to have gone down, apart from match day and commercial. Absolutely no surprise whatsoever. Harker's the top shirt sales. Again, absolutely phenomenal. It's nearly always your striker, so no shocks there. In terms of how we lined up, I'll just have a quick look through this. Renshaw, yeah. Waters, Bajcetic, Wilson, Challoner, Graham, Cover, Brown, Thomas, Mills, Harker. It probably is our best first team. It's no surprise. They played a lot of games between them. I mean, Thomas at 38 is the lowest, or Challoner. I mean, that's still nearly every game of the season. So very consistent, and that probably contributed to how we've performed. In terms of accolades, 4 Manager of the Month awards, which is quite unusual for me. I didn't get any last season, so it was nice to get a few this season. I think I am in with a shout of Manager of the Season, but that's not been announced yet. Fans Player of the Season, Matty Waters. Unfortunately, he's not going to sign for another season. He wants to leave, and there's nothing I can do. I've tried again since we've won the league, but he's going. Young Player of the Season, Harker. Sign of the Season, Harker. Goal of the Season, Sonny Graham. He didn't get many, but they were normally a cracker. Again, disappointed, but he's going to leave at the end of the season on a free, unfortunately. Rob Parker, top goal scorer. Most assists, Matty Waters, playing left back, which is phenomenal. Highest average rating, Matty Waters. And again, that's so good that he's going. Harry Flowers, most passes completed per 90 minutes. Again, he's another one who won't sign, so it's a bit of a shame. In terms of club records, I think we broke nearly every single one. Most goals in a season, most goals by a player in a match was a hat-trick, which is quite surprising, that really. Goals by player in a league match 3. Most assists in a season 26 by Matt Waters. Most clean sheets Renshaw. Most man of the matches Waters. Youngest player Bowden at 16 years and 23 days, and he scored not long after as well. So yeah, fantastic season. Again, history in the making. What a summary for the season. Top spot, promoted. It only took us 2 seasons in the Vauxhall North or the Vanarama North, so we're out of that division. We'll be looking for job opportunities, but first we've got the transfer window to look forward to. We'll assess the squad, we'll have a quick look at what we need, and then we'll click through to where our players leave and where we can possibly get some of the Premier League and Championship casts off. So stay tuned, and I will see you all again very, very shortly. Welcome back. Really quick update on the youth intake. I've only signed 2 of the players who've come through. Greg Lane as a ball-winning midfielder and Eddie Tamilty as a striker. Both of them have come in with absolute heaps of potential, potentially at League 1, League 2 level. So they're 2 to watch for the future. We've signed them up, we've snapped them up, we've let the rest go, and we'll carry on and see where they can fit into within the squad as a filler player, backup, and we'll see what players we can bring in to strengthen. So bear with us, I'm just clicking through till we get to the 1st of July, so we can see when all the players have gone. So as you can see from the squad we've currently got, Badger, Cover, Mills, Harker, Renshaw, Shawana, Brown and Thomas will all be staying next season. Flowers has already gone, he went on a free transfer. Waters, Graham and Wilson won't sign, so they'll go come the 1st of July. And then we've got all our non-contract youth players: Hutchison, Lucas, Bush, Bowden, Patterson, Ondo, Brennan and Prutti, who we might potentially get in on full-time contracts. But again, we'll see where we are. Budget-wise, it's not the best in the world. We've got 8,000 for the season. We've got 3,100 per week left over. So there's room for a few players, but we'll really wait and see who leaves, who's left, and we'll just target the key areas, because as we all know with the transfer window and what happened last season is I bring in a whole load on trial and we get pipped by the teams in terms of signing them. So bear with us, we'll click through, we'll get rid of the ones who don't want to be here, and we'll reevaluate where we're going very, very shortly. So stay tuned. Very short back again. I said I'd let you know in the previous episode who comes up with us, and you can see Darlington. And who would have thought anything else? We all know. I mean, Darlington just win. They are repeated winners. They were just 1 point behind us. They broke the 100-point mark. So if it was anyone else other than Darlington, I'd been surprised. But just letting you know, that's the team who's going up with us. So I'll carry on and keep you updated on any player awards or manager awards as well. And here we go again, player awards. So Matty Waters has won Player of the Season award. So it's the 2nd season in a row we've had Player of the Season. I think Flowers got it last season. Waters has got it this season. I was kind of surprised Harker never got it, but as you can see here, Harker has picked up top goal scorer award, and he was a clear 7 goals ahead of his nearest competitors. So yeah, fantastic. Next award to go for is Manager of the Season. It's between me and Hignett, I think, but I'll update you once that's been announced. Usually it goes to whoever wins the league, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was me, but I'll update you again when that comes through. And welcome back. 2 bits of news to keep you updated on. This is our first job interviews kind of come through, which is with Eastleigh in the National League. I don't think we're going to take it because we're going up to that division anyway, and we know our squad and we know the way we play. So rather than trying to get to know a completely different set of players, I think what we'll do is we'll just stay where we are. There might be more offers come through. It's a promising sign, but what we'll do is we'll decline it on this occasion and see where we go from there. In terms of other news, massive news, Sonny Graham has had a change of heart and he is now willing to discuss contract terms. So I've offered him a contract. No such luck with Waters or Wilson. They're both still going to go, but I'm really happy that maybe Sonny Graham will stay for another season. I've offered him a 2-year contract to tie him down a little bit longer, but we'll see. My fingers are crossed, and I'll keep you updated if and when he signs, because he is certainly one of our best players. More news just coming in. So, Manager of the Season award's been confirmed. First time I've had it. So, yeah, chuffed to bits. Just shows you what a good season we have. I actually voted for the Darlington manager, who had a 1% slightly better win rate. It could have gone either way, but yeah, happy for that. It boosts the CV and hopefully it gives a chance of getting a better job offer than perhaps Eastleigh brought. In terms of job centre and jobs available out there, there is one in League Two. John Terry's up for maybe the Accrington job. Again, I think I'd go for a job in League Two or above. I just don't see the point in taking a National League team when we're already getting promoted to the National League. So again, we'll carry on. We'll see how the squad develops, and I will get you just before we assess players to see who we're going to sign. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Big news, massive. We turned down Eastleigh as a job offer. I thought that I would maybe take something in League Two because it would be a division above where we're going. We've actually had an approach for interview from Wycombe Wanderers, who are in League One. So I don't really think, in terms of the aim of the save in getting to the Premier League as quick as we can and trying to win something, the Premier League or something in Europe, I think a 2-division, which essentially makes it a 3-division jump from the North past the Conference National, past League Two into League One. I don't think we have any chance but to go for it, really. So we will do the interview. We'll see if we get it. There's no guarantees, but I just think it's an opportunity we have to try and take. So let's see what they say. Are we concerned we've not got too much experience? I wouldn't say so. I think we're the right man for the job. We've shown that we can take a mid-table team and push them up, and that's kind of where they sit. Or why do we want to leave? Next step in the career, I guess, is it? You're going to let your broken promises. And again, anyone who's played this game, you always end up breaking promises because sometimes it's just impossible to make them happy. I think... I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to say I think we did the right thing. Director of football, yeah, we'd be happy to work with the director of football. Sort of budget would we need? I don't think we would need to change a backroom team. So yeah, nothing in that. So sign under 23 players for the first team, happy with that. Work within the wage budget, happy. Sign players to sell for a profit, kind of fits with the first two. Maximum 1-year contract for players over the age of 33, again I'm happy with that. Playoffs is a minimum, so we're going into quite a good team here. And they want promotion to the championship. Well, they want promotion to the championship on a work towards and then get it. So I thought they wanted 2 jumps there. And then, yeah, remaining in the championship. So, yeah, I think we'd be happy with that. Should you be hired? Challenge for a playoff. Is that fair or do we do more? I think it's a fair target. I'm not going to say anything too controversial. A proposed transfer budget of, well, that's close to £500,000 compared to the £0 we're getting with Curzon Ashton. I don't think we'd have a chance really to anything else. I think it's realistic. I'll just agree with what they're saying. £62,000 a week. I think when I looked, we were at £8,000 a week at Curzon Ashton. So this is a jump and a half. I'd be happy to work within that. Do you have any requests? No, we're good. And that concludes the interview. So we'll leave that there. I'll update you if anybody comes back or if there's any success or failure. Again, I'm looking at someone made a bid for Magitic. £325 they were offering. What a ridiculous thing to do. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. I'll click through and I'll update you as we go along. We've still not reached the 1st of July. Well, we might not even get there if a job offer comes in. But yeah, stay tuned and I'll update you as we get it. Another job offers come in, this time Chesterfield. Again, it's in the National League, and because it's not a real improvement in terms of league positions, we're going to reject this one. Decline the interview. It's just to keep you updated on where we are with it. I'll carry on. I'll click through and hopefully we will eventually get to the 1st of July. So bear with me. I know it's taken a while, but stay tuned and we will get there. Welcome back. We've got another job interview in here, this time with Accrington, who we'd seen in the job offers table. Again, they're in League 2. So what we're going to do is we'll go for the interview. We'll click through it, similar to what we did with Wickham. And if we get the chance, we get the chance. If we don't get the chance, it's no too big a deal. So we'll click through and see if we can get a job in a higher division. Again, it's not a one club save, so the opportunities to move up is what we're looking for. And if we can jump up a couple divisions in the meantime, that's what we do. I don't need a sizable budget. Develop players using the youth system. Again, if the youth system's all right, we can. It's hard selling players to sell for a profit. Work within the wage budget. Reach the playoffs, and they want to get into League 1. So yeah, happy with that. I think we'll just agree with what the targets are. Transfer budget 47k, wage budget. I mean, that wage budget, that's 20,000 a week more than we have at Curzon Ashton. So again, it's jumping to a bigger club. No further demands. And again, what we'll do is we'll just go through and see if we're successful with anything. So it's been an interesting episode. Lots of things happening. Job offers. Got 2 on the line now. Again, I think Wickham might be a bit of a stretch. There you go. Wickham news in as we speak. So we've not been successful with a Wickham job, but we have got the Accrington Stanley interview on the go. So again, I'll click through. There's only 14 more days to the end of the month, and then we can really look at what the squad is going to look like. Sonny Graham did sign a new contract, so we're looking pretty good. I've put the new youth players into this as well to show you where we look like in terms of potential. So again, immediate looking is right back's going to be the area to strengthen, but we'll cover that once we get to the 1st of July. So stay tuned, and I will be back shortly. And there we go, boys and girls. The Accrington interview has been successful. They've offered us a job, £700 a week, to take managerial job at the Wham Stadium. So I like the Wham Stadium. It's quite a good name of a stadium. I think we're going to take the job. It jumps us up into League 2. I'll just confirm that they are. They've not finished the relegation zone or anything ridiculous. We'll just have a quick look. So there you go. They finished 9th, so not a bad season. In terms of the preview at the start, where are they? Accrington 12th. So it looks like they'd come down from the division above as well. So could be quite a big club. Could be some good players in there. And what we'll do is we'll accept it and we'll move on. I've enjoyed my time at Curzon Ashton. We're going into a professional club now that's not part-time, so excited for the journey. Sad to say goodbye to Curzon Ashton. We've had a good journey, we've won a trophy, but this is it. We click the button and away we go on a new club, new journey, new targets, and we'll have to evaluate the squad. So boom, there we go. And if nothing else, it means I have to change the intro. So exit the talks, hit the week ahead, and then we are Accrington Stanley manager. So yeah, exciting times. It's good because it's happened just before the Premier League release all their players. So again, we can have a quick evaluation of the squad to see what we would need and maybe getting the right players just for a start. So media prediction 6th. Not looking too bad. Wage budget and transfer budget is pretty healthy, and we can flex them a little bit. Last season 9th, so they have improved. That's the kind of, and we like that formation. I mean, that's kind of ready-made for us, isn't it? A seamless fit. So what I'll do is I'll get in, I'll have a quick evaluation of the squad, and then I'll bring you back to see it, where we are and what we're going to go for. I'm not going to click through all the inductions because it takes a lot of time. We will meet the media. We'll have meetings every fortnight. And yeah, bangs. There we go. Not too many players in the last year of their contract. We are coming up to the I mean, there's 2 there already, but I think they're going to leave. 600 at £700 a week. It'll free up some transfer budget. But yeah, bear with us for one final time as I evaluate this squad, and we'll have a quick look where we're going to look and strengthen. So stay tuned. And welcome back. So I've had a brief look through the squad, and I've put them into the formation that we kind of want to go with with control possession, similar to what we had at Curzon Ashton, because I think it's a tactic we know works well, and we can kind of tweak around and play with it as we go along. But in terms of the squad, I think they look all right in general. A lot of 3.5 stars to 4 stars in most positions. One out and out good striker. I think the worries really are the players going back who've been on loan doesn't leave us a lot of strength. I mean, O'Sullivan's filling both them spaces, so we're probably going to need a winger. We'll probably need another centre mid. We're not too bad. Again, another centre mid within that centre three. Back four, not looking too bad. Probably a left back, because we're not going to have him for very much longer. But maybe a right back to leave them in the centre mid. So I think it's one of them where we just see what players are released by the top clubs and see who we can get in. The one thing I did notice though when I was looking through this squad is they haven't built the potential as high as we had at Curzon, and I think that's something that we need to do. We need to take the Harry Pells who are only 3-star at 31 and replace them with people with 5-star potential. I mean, realistically, if we're in League 2, we should be looking for players with potential to play in the Championship, minimum League 1. So again, we'll have a look. We'll get the scouts out there. We'll see who's available and get as many in as we can. So again, it's painful to say, but I'm going to have to keep going to the 1st of July to let the players who aren't going to sign contracts go. And then it'll give us a chance to bring a whole load of players in on loan. So I'm going to click through again. There shouldn't be too many more events of clicking through, I say, with a pinch of salt, because it's been quite an action-packed episode. I mean, I can already see that these under-18 squads probably need to be thinned out considerably, and the under-23s. There's far too many players in there for players that aren't ever going to get anywhere near our first team. I mean, them ones up the top, Appleby, Laws and Casale, I mean, they've got a chance. They've got a lot of potential in there, but when you get down towards the bottom end, you've got Connor O'Brien and Max Clear, and they're never going to get anywhere near our first team. And what they're doing is they're taking up between them £250 per week of our wage budget. I mean, in there on 375. I don't know who did his contract, but we need to whittle some of them so we can invest in the first team playing squad if we're going to make a realistic push for the league. So I'll click through. I'll sort some of this out, see who I can offload and get rid of, and we'll see who's looking to be sold on the transfer market, and I'll see if I can rustle us up some funding to go out and get. We're under it. We've gone over the wage budget already, so that's not looking too clever. Work to do, I think, especially if we want to bring anybody in. Yeah, it might be a little bit tougher than I first thought. Bear with me, I'll be back soon. And here we go, first signing in the new job. We've signed Tyrese Francois from Fulham, end of contract agreement. We were going through to the 1st of July to wait to see what players were released, but he came up through the scouting system, and I didn't think it was an offer we could really pass up on. I'll just show the report. So superb signing, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. I think he was tipped potentially to be a championship player, so he comes in the middle of the park. And that was one of the areas we talked about before, is we would need extra depth in that area. So we snapped him up, free transfer. We're still nearly at the 1st of July. But I think we're going to commit to accepting him and bringing him in as a new signing. So happy with that. We managed to remove the extra transfers for signing on fee and agent fees, so we've saved ourselves a few pennies, and hopefully he'll go on to be a good player. So that's one in. Got to get some out, and we've got to get the wage budget down, but we'll deal with that shortly. Okay, there we go. We finally made it to the 1st of July. It's been a long time coming, and what I would say is Francois slots in really fine, and he fills in that midfield gap that we had. So we've got Kirby, Sullivan, Francois, and to a lesser extent Pell within that midfield area. In the back, we've got Pascal Nelson. I would still say the weak area is a left back. Definitely need someone to fill in there, because 2.5's not particularly great. Probably a right back as well, because there's not a lot of depth in that side. Sullivan, again, he can only play one position, so he's the right sider and he's a centre midfielder, so he's a winger again. It fills him out there, but it means we're going to have to bring somebody in on his left hand side. So we're looking left winger, left back, and we have no named strikers in the squad, which is a bit of a problem. So you can see there 2 keepers, right backs, got left back, not enough centre backs, 1 kind of winger. So there's a lot to do. The squad's quite thin. Let me just tell you how many we've got. 18 man squad, so it's not looking great. We've got 4,000 wage budget to play with. We're hopefully getting 5 or 6 players. I've put in a loan offer for Malcolm Frondorf to cover the wing aspects coming from Liverpool, but again, we'll see if we get him. The next thing to look is just what players are released from the Premier League, which should be coming. It should be imminent. We'll have a quick look at the draw of the Carabao Cup while we're here. Again, home to Notts County, so again an achievable tie. But there we go, the clubs in England release players, and we're not going to get any of them because they're the your well-known Premier League elite players, Andros Townsend, Theo Walcott, and they're players I would never sign in a million years anyway. But what I'll do is I'll go through the younger players that have been released. We'll get a whole load in on loan, and we'll see if we can pick up any 4-star current ability players out of that lot, and yeah, snap up as many as we can. So I'll get through in on that. We'll see how many come in, and I'll bring you back just at the start of the season with a summary of who we have been able to bring in. So next time I see you will be the end of the transfer window, hopefully with a 25-man squad of players capable of challenging for a playoff or promotion push. So for the final time this episode, stay tuned and I will see you shortly. Welcome back for the final time. Transfer business has been concluded. We've assembled a squad that I think is good enough to keep us in the division. There might be some minor tweaks in the future with John O'Sullivan requesting a move, and Barnsley have met the valuation of 240,000, so I have no choice but to accept it. So he might well move on. It frees up a bit of wage budget, and we do have players that can cover that area. In terms of who we've brought in then, I'll just go into the transfer history. Obviously, you'd seen Francois came in as a centre midfield option. We had no striker, so we brought in Keon Atite. He actually scored 6 goals in a friendly, which looks promising. Max Haygarth, centre midfielder, just to bolster the numbers. Oakley Cannonier, another striker, just as backup for Atite. We've got Malcolm Frondorf from Liverpool, he covers both wings. And Henry Timmy Davies is another striker. And again, all them strikers have come in with high potential. In terms of players going out then, mostly just loan players. Getting some young players out for experience. I'll just quickly take you through the squad. So what we've done, similar to what we did when we were at Curzon, was trying to bring in high potential players. So Davies, Cannonier, Atiti, Francois, Haygarth, they all come in at that kind of 4.5 to 5-star potential bracket. It's the ones down this bottom area, Glendon, Ray, Angle, Isherwood, Harry, but from Harry Pell down is where we kind of need to clear out. And we do have other options, because looking through the under-23 squad, I saw quite a lot of high potential players in there. Appleby, Laws, again, we'll look to loan some of these out. Castley, he's wanted for nearly £500,000, so we've got players in there that people want, and they've got a lot of potential, so we may well use them moving forward and integrate them into the squad rather than spending a fortune on players. In terms of budgets, we've got £784 per week left over if we wanted to do something. The only area I would really say that might need a little bit of work would be that left back position, which I did state I was going to look to recruit, but just nobody really suitable has come up in that position. So that's kind of the squad we're looking to start with. Again, I could do with a really good centre half, but one just didn't present itself at the time and didn't sign from the Premier League reject. So that's the squad we're going to start with. When we get into the league games, in terms of the preview, 14-1. So it's not too bad. A similar position to where we were with Curzon, and we managed to win the league. So I think fighting for that playoff space, which what comes down to what they're 7th, 11-1. So we're not far off that little pack. If we get a good season there, we should be able to do it. Let me know again in the comment section if you think we've had a good transfer session with Accrington, or whether you think we made the right move in taking this job offer in the first place. I think it's good because we've jumped up a division, essentially saved a year. I know we could have done another season with Curzon Ashton, but again, it was needing another bit of a squad rebuild. We've come into Accrington, who have a load of really good youth prospects, and if we play this right and sell the right players, we could come on leaps and bounds in here. So excited to see what we can do. And if you catch me in the next episode, we'll have the opening league games of the season to see if the transfers have gone right or if they've gone horrifically wrong. So once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, take care, and I'll see you next time.